Welcome to a quick guide for preparing some aspects for the new patch 5.1, especially when looking at Gil and the new crafting system. That mentioned, the patch notes showed that we have to expect significant changes to the crafting system, where Yoshi told that the actual state of it feels quite oversaturated with commands and abilities, resulting in everyone pulling together their macros and then forget about everything. I cannot say that macro crafting will be removed completely with the help of proc or quality-based commands, but there will be groundbreaking changes in any case. Therefore, I want to make some gear precautionarily to provide 450 gear that may or may not be quite rare or expensive when patch 5.1 launches. In the worst case, these will still have their value because many people are returning and want to rocket start their item level to get access to the new raid. So crafting those 450s now to stockpile them seems to be a solid preparation nonetheless. If you want to know how to do that in the best possible way, just head for these macros I will also put into the description, with which you can craft the stuff from 0 HQ, meaning to spend your effort on normal quality materials when it comes to craft those fibers or alchemic stuff. That makes a tremendous difference in the time requirement for getting the stuff running. The only big requirement to reach is that 623 CP for all the jobs you have no master crystal for. On the craftsmanship or control department, you can nearly stay on these base stats. Just melt in some cheap materia with heavy control and craft, and after that take the cheap and small ones to max out CP on each gear piece. If you haven't already made yourself the new 430 crafter gear, just get it for cheap on the market board or craft it by yourself. And the most important thing, get yourself the HQ Blood Bouillabaisse and Cunning Craftsman's Tea to reach that CP value I mentioned. To remain on that subject, you can also try to fish cheap materia, which almost every time and on every realm will be found in the early morning. Because most people are gearing and melding just before their raid starts or when they get access to new gear after the daily reset. In the morning, most people are selling materia by creating space in their inventory or else. But yeah, no matter reason it may be, in my experience those precious stones are cheaper when you fish for them in the early hours. For those with much greedier intentions and a much higher guild capacity at their disposal, they could also try to catch the last moments before the servers shut down and buy all the materia that are highly needed like crit, direct hit and determination, and maybe even skill speed and spell speed. Then, when the servers are back up again, you could conquer the materia market and sell them for the way higher prices. But that somehow, feels not right. So I will just stockpile some of them to have them at my disposal in the case the price is exploding right after the patch launches. Of course, for those among you who think this is way too laborious, you can also just head for your local city and buy out glamour prisms or other stuff, or join the coke business. When it comes for preparations for your gear progression in 5.1, you definitely should check your sack of nuts and stockpile some of these by doing hunt licenses or participating in A-rank trains, if you find some at the moment. Because with the new patch there will be new currencies to trade your sack of nuts into equivalents that you need to upgrade your 460 Phantasmagoria gear into 470, just like you can with the new tokens received in the Yoha Dark Apocalypse content. Above that, you can also turn back to the first step I mentioned and craft some of the base stat heavy gear pieces of the 450 gear, which can be upgraded on Tuesday through some new currency, and something you can buy out with Goetia tomestones like it was in Stormblood with the Yama gear. So all in all, try to stockpile things that now have no significant value due to the lack of content. That of course will be important when content is released on Tuesday. I hope I may be of use to your guild and gear progression, and I will keep you up to date to everything that changes in the patch, or about everything you need to know when the time has finally come. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video or live stream on Twitch. Until then, take care.